Some people, and I have to say I find them rather dull, think a car is just a metal box, a machine for getting from A to B. Utter rubbish. A car can be so much more, and nothing proves this better than a proper vintage motor. These aren't just old cars, they are rolling sculptures, pieces of history you can actually get in and drive. Their popularity isn't fading, not one bit. In fact, it seems the more bland and electric modern cars become, the more we find ourselves drawn to the glorious, noisy, and wonderfully imperfect machines of the past. It's a testament to the fact that some things were just done better back then. Why the fascination? Well, it's simple. These cars have character. They have a soul. When you see a classic Jaguar E-Type or an old Alfa Romeo Spider glide down the road, it doesn't just move, it makes a statement. It tells the world that its owner appreciates more than just fuel economy and infotainment screens. They appreciate art, engineering, and a bit of good old-fashioned drama. These vehicles were built with passion, designed by artists with pencils, not by committees with spreadsheets. And that passion, that raw, unfiltered spirit, is something you can feel every single time you turn the key. Modern cars, bless them, are incredibly clever. They have lane assist, parking sensors, and can probably order you a skinny latte, but they lack a certain something. They lack peril. A vintage car, on the other hand, keeps you on your toes. It demands your full attention. It makes you a part of the driving experience, not just a passenger holding a steering wheel. This engagement is what makes them so utterly compelling. You're not just operating a machine, you're having a relationship with it. A noisy, sometimes difficult, but always rewarding relationship that modern cars simply cannot replicate. The appeal of these classics goes far beyond simple transportation. It's a rebellion against the sanitized, silent, and frankly boring future of motoring that is being forced upon us. It's a celebration of petrol, noise, and mechanical brilliance. People flock to classic car shows not just to look, but to listen, to smell, and to remember a time when cars were unapologetically brilliant. They are a connection to an era of optimism and ambition, a time when the open road represented freedom, not a series of speed cameras and congestion charges, and that, frankly, is something worth preserving. Look at a modern car. Go on, I dare you. They all look the same. They're all blobby shapes, designed in a wind tunnel by a computer program obsessed with aerodynamics. The result is a sea of automotive porridge, utterly devoid of any flair or personality. Now, cast your eyes upon a classic. A 1960s Aston Martin DB5, for instance, or a Citroën DS. These cars weren't designed by algorithms. They were penned by visionaries, people who understood line, form, and proportion. They have chrome bumpers that gleam in the sun, elegant tail fins, and round headlamps that look like wide, optimistic eyes. The beauty of a vintage car is in its details. It's in the craftsmanship. You can see the human touch everywhere, from the hand-stitched leather seats to the intricate wooden dashboard, polished to a mirror shine. These materials were real, proper wood, solid metal, and rich leather, not the flimsy plastics and fake carbon fiber that fill the cabins of today's so-called premium vehicles. Opening the door of a classic car is an event in itself. The solid, reassuring thud it makes when it closes speaks of quality and solidity, a world away from the tinny click of a modern door. People find these cars beautiful because they represent a different set of values. Style was valued over efficiency. Elegance was more important than practicality. Designers weren't constrained by endless safety regulations that dictate the height of the bonnet or the shape of the wing mirrors. They had the freedom to create something truly breathtaking, something that would turn heads and stir emotions. A vintage car stands out, not because it's flashy or ostentatious, but because it possesses a quiet, confident elegance that has been lost in the modern pursuit of aggressive angles and pointless styling creases. And let's be honest, they just look cooler. Driving a vintage convertible with the top down on a sunny day, wearing a good pair of sunglasses, is an experience that cannot be beaten. It's pure, unadulterated style. You are not merely driving, you are making an entrance. The flowing lines, the wire-spoke wheels, the sheer presence of the thing on the road, it all combines to create an object of genuine desire. It's art you can interact with. A masterpiece that doesn't just hang on a wall, but rumbles down the B-roads, making the world a more beautiful place. A vintage car is so much more than just metal, glass, and rubber. For many people, it's a direct link to the past. It's a four-wheeled time machine. Perhaps it's the exact model their father used to drive. The car that took them on family holidays to the seaside. Its vinyl seats sticking to their legs in the summer heat. The distinct smell of old leather and petrol can instantly transport someone back to their childhood, unlocking a flood of happy memories that have been dormant for decades. This powerful, nostalgic connection is one of the most compelling reasons people fall in love with these old machines. It isn't always about personal memories either. Sometimes, the appeal is about connecting with a specific era. Owning a car from the swinging 60s, for example, is like owning a piece of that revolutionary decade. It evokes images of the Beatles, Carnaby Street, and a spirit of cultural rebellion. Driving it connects you to the optimism and excitement of that time. A pre-war Bentley, on the other hand, speaks of an age of elegance and adventure. These cars are historical artifacts, tangible links to a bygone world, allowing us to experience a little piece of it for ourselves. The feeling you get behind the wheel is utterly unique. Driving a vintage car is a sensory experience. You feel every bump in the road through the thin steering wheel. You hear the magnificent symphony of the engine, the carburetors sucking in air, the exhaust barking and popping on the overrun. There are no electronic aids to filter the experience. It's just you, the machine, and the road. This raw mechanical connection is deeply satisfying. It makes you feel alive, engaged, and in complete control, or sometimes splendidly out of it, which is half the fun. This emotional bond is what turns an owner into a custodian. They aren't just owning a car, they are preserving a memory, a piece of history, or a feeling. It's a responsibility they take seriously. They are keeping a story alive for the next generation. This sense of purpose adds a layer of meaning to ownership that you simply don't get with a new car, which is likely to be replaced in 3 years on a finance deal. A vintage car isn't disposable, it's cherished. It's a member of the family, full of stories and character. There is a profound joy to be found in the ownership of a vintage car, and much of it comes from getting your hands dirty. These cars were built in a simpler time. You can actually open the bonnet and see the engine, not a giant plastic cover. You can see the spark plugs, the distributor, the carburetors. For those with a mechanical inclination, this is paradise. The challenge of tinkering, fixing, and improving a classic car provides a sense of accomplishment that is hard to find elsewhere. It's a puzzle. A brilliant mechanical puzzle that you can solve with a set of spanners and a bit of patience. The process of restoring a classic is a journey in itself. Taking a rusty, forgotten wreck from a barn and slowly, painstakingly, bringing it back to life is an incredible achievement. It requires dedication, skill, and a great deal of tea. But seeing that car, once a heap of scrap, fire into life for the first time in years, and then roll out of the garage, gleaming and proud, that is a moment of pure, unadulterated triumph. It's a testament to your hard work and passion. You haven't just fixed a car, you have rescued it and given it a second chance at glory. Of course, ownership also brings a tremendous sense of pride. Arriving at a pub for Sunday lunch in a beautifully maintained classic car is a special feeling. People stop and stare, they smile, they come over to ask questions about it, sharing their own stories and admiration. Your car becomes a conversation starter, a focal point of shared enthusiasm. It makes you part of a community, a club of like-minded individuals who appreciate the finer points of motoring. This sense of belonging and shared passion is a huge part of the classic car world's enduring appeal. In the end, vintage cars will always have their fans, and for very good reasons. They are beautiful, they're soulful, and they are enormous fun. They connect us to our past, challenge us in the present, and give us a sense of pride and identity. While the world hurtles towards an autonomous, electric, and frankly sterile automotive future, there will always be those of us who look back. We will cherish the smell of petrol, the roar of a V8, and the honest mechanical feel of a proper car. These timeless classics aren't just relics. They are a glorious, noisy reminder of what makes driving great. Long may they rumble on,